Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the fish room tour of the 43 tank series. Today is tank number 12. The tank right here behind me is a 40-gallon breeder full of albino and common bristlenose plecos, all ready for sale. Let's go ahead and take a look at these guys and what's coming up next. So in this tank, this is a 40-gallon breeder. It is powered by 2 sponge filters. I have another sponge filter and another filter in here, cycling, just kind of staying there without any airflow. Help grow a little bit of extra bacteria. If I need to start up a new tank and use those filters, I'll have them ready. So it's a little bit cloudy. I feed these guys probably 2 to 3 algae wafers every morning and night. And if we take a closer look, all of these plecos are over an inch, maybe 1.5 inches long. And there's a variety of albinos and commons. These are all the ancistrus bristlenose plecos. So they're doing well. These are all the ones I sell from in this tank. A few of them even have the bristles. See this guy up front, the albino. That's a young male starting to get the bristles on his nose. But these are all big enough. I've been selling these to the pet store. I ship them online. I actually am later on going to catch some of these out, put them in a container, take a picture for the website. So if you guys haven't seen my website before, biancosfish.com. I sell guppies, rams, bristlenose plecos all in there, and I ship them priority and express. But this tank's doing well. I'm just kind of showing them off today. Part of the tank number 12 update of the 43 tank series. And additional to that tank, I have a little hang-on box here. I've shown these before. What it does is it sucks in, well, it pumps air right there, and it goes up that tube, tosses water through the top, and it overflows on the opposite side. And I'm growing out some germ blue ram fry. They're doing well in there. They get some brine shrimp and some flake food at this time. Sometimes they get wafers or pelleted food, but just a small hatch. They probably have maybe a dozen or so rams in there. But let's look a little more at the plecos. I'll move some things around, show you what's in the tank, and I'm gonna catch maybe 3 albinos and 3 males. Take a picture for the website. If you want to check out my website at biancosfish.com, you can go ahead and do so. Little tip for you guys when you're catching plecos, you want to get them trapped inside the net. They're usually going to be on the glass. So while they're on the glass, they kind of want to go left or right and stay on the glass. You want to kind of move the net side to side until they swim off of it, and then lift the net straight up. So if you try to just get them off the glass and scoop them up, they're always going to escape. But if you go ahead and wait for them to swim off the glass, be patient. Just slowly move the net left to right. They'll eventually try to swim away, and they'll usually go off of the glass, and that's the time you want to lift the net up and you'll be able to catch those plecos. But here's a little shot of these guys. I caught 3 albinos, 3 commons. It worked out perfectly. But I'm going to take a picture of these guys. They will be on my website, biancosfish.com. I'm selling these guys as of right now for $5 each, which is a pretty good deal. You'll have to pay for shipping. But whenever it comes to maybe buying a 6-pack of plecos, and you want to grow them out, maybe have some males and females, or just want some cleanup crew, it's a pretty good deal. But let's go ahead. I'm going to keep moving on with this video. These are the ones that I did catch, and I'm going to take a picture of these for the website. But let's keep moving forward with this tank. So I'm going to move some sponge filters around, kind of show you what the tank looks like. There's a lot more plecos in here than you can kind of see. But I'm going to move them around, let you see them kind of swim off. I'm also going to go ahead and feed 3 algae wafers. I get these algae wafers or pleco wafers from Amazon. It's a really good deal. You get like, I personally buy I think 5 pounds of wafers for $40. But you can get like a pound for $15, which is a really good deal. If you go at your local pet store, it's typically like $6 to $8 or $10, and you get just a small bag of wafers. Almost the same exact wafer I'll have to go back and look at the ingredients, but I'll go through those wafers in maybe 2 or 3 days, and that cost me about $8. If I buy a 50-pound bag for $40, it lasts me over a month or two. So whenever you have a lot of plecos, if you're breeding them especially, and you want to feed the parents and the babies, it's really just cost effective to go ahead and buy them in bulk. I'll put a link to that in the description of where you can find those. But let's go ahead, I'll move them around, let you see them. I'll drop those wafers in there, and at the end of the video, I'm going to show these guys feeding on those wafers. But as you can see, if I lift up these sponge filters, sorry for the glare, but there's a lot more plecos in this tank that are kind of hiding out, and they'll swim off there. A lot of these guys are 2 to 3 inches. They're getting a little bit bigger now, and they're almost starting to sex out. I can tell some young males that are starting to show up, but there's a whole bunch of them on all sides of the tank. I wish it was a little bit cleaner. The tank clouds so fast, but the nitrates stay low. But I'll start wrapping this up. I'll give them about 30 seconds to a minute, let them find that food, and they're already starting to find it. But we'll wrap up tank number 12, and tank number 13 will be coming up soon, along with some more updates. Doing my best not to spook these guys, but as you can see, they're starting to swarm on that algae wafer. There's some in the front of the glass kind of blocking the vision, but right there you can see an albino and a common feeding that pleco. And then back there, if you can see, they're all just kind of swarming that piece of food, and all over they're going to go ahead and chew on that wafer. They're going to kind of crowd on it, and any of the broken parts off of them eating is going to kind of be what's in the water, but it will settle down, and it's a food source for the entire tank. So over here as well, they smell that food as soon as it hits the water, and they're used to kind of their diet. So right away they're going to go ahead and find that food. They'll start chewing on the wafer, and there are like wood in the food. So whenever they tell you you need to have wood for all your pleco tanks, if you use a good food, there is a substitute of wood in their diet inside that wafer. So it's very important to use a good steady diet whenever you're breeding and growing and just feeding your plecos. But hopefully that kind of gives you an okay shot. I know the tank's a little cloudy. It doesn't say the best. I probably should put a hang-on filter on here just to kind of polish the water. But I think you guys can get the idea. Thanks for watching. Tank number 12, tank number 13 coming up soon, and a lot more updates to come. See you guys soon.